Hi, it's Wayne from JigerATV.ca. Came out to the shop this weekend to work on the Jiger, get it ready for winter. For those of us who are north of 60, we're into winter. So I want to do some running today, maybe shoot a little bit of video of the Jiger arriving around. And it turns out the roof that is right over top of where I store this machine is leaking. So I have a whole lot of water in the bottom of the unit, which is not what I expected today. Been there for a little bit because it's a little bit gross, a little bit disgusting, but. So yeah, today is more of a cleanup day. I have the shop vac out. I'm gonna clean the interior out, get all the water out. Hopefully nothing's rusted too bad. Everything's pretty oily, so it should be okay. But yeah, maybe after I get things cleaned up, we'll just do a walk around and I'll show some of the internals of my 152. So, got the shop vac out. Cleaned all the water out of it. Figured I'd just give you guys a walk around. For those of you who don't really know what the inside of a Jiger 152 looks like, I kind of have all the parts and pieces that make it up. So I figured let's do a walkthrough. This is the outside of the unit. Actually, from the outside, you really probably can't tell much difference between this or a 197. For those of you with a Versatrek Jiger, from the outside, they could look the same, but inside is very different. But let's walk through this one and see the difference. So this is the inside. I have the floor pan and I have the toolbox. So for those of you who have this kicking around, you're not really sure where it goes. This is the toolbox. This is the rear part. You can see all the cleaning I had to do to get the water out. And the chains are pretty oily. I'm gonna oil them a bit more. And we'll see what happens in spring when I get her out and get it going. So there's the front. As you can see, I have replaced the metal fuel tank, and the spout with something a little more nautical. I made a quick disconnect so I can take the fuel can out with me and make sure I always have fresh premium fuel. But that actually just bolts in there in the strap. And then I'm just gonna have a fuel cap in that later. Here's the chain cover. See some internals. There's the 152 engine, JLO 149cc. I've added a fuel shutoff because, well, it's just safe, and a shutoff switch. Front axles. So looks like the water didn't damage too much. We should be all right. My 152 has the dual brake. You'll see many of them have a single brake. There's many different variations. Some 152s had a single brake. Some of them had duals. The single brake came later and was also continued on the 197. I took my Jiger emblem cap off because I want to keep it safe, because that's rare and hard to find. So those of you who have a 197, you'll see the seat is actually quite a bit different. This was a one-piece fiberglass seat that bolted in on the sides and on the back. And it was a one-piece seat, a couple of snaps on the back to hold it in place. And then this just lifted up for you to get to your pull start for your motor. The 197 went to a much lighter design with a single back and two individual flip-top seats. And there was an aluminum bar that joined the two and went from this side to the other, and that both fiberglass seats would flip up. So a little bit of a difference for those who are wondering about that. So that's it for the day. Thought I'd come out and do some riding. Turns out I had to do a lot of cleaning. Took out a lot of ice and a lot of water and making sure everything was dry. I'll probably leave it in the shop for a couple of days, make sure it's all dried out, and then tarp it well for the winter. Hope to have some good video of it running around next spring. Stay tuned.